Hi everyone, my name is Lani, and today I'm going to share the messages for this week of it's the last week of May. So it's May 25 to May 31, and I'm gonna try something a bit new today. I'm gonna I asked for cards for each day of the week as opposed to like an entire weekly message. So let's see how that goes. And I still asked for cards for like an overall message for the week. So let's start with those. I'm gonna start with our meditation. Here it is. There she is. This is for your third eye chakra, or your brow chakra, and I'm gonna read the meditation right here. So the meditation is rebalancing your ajna energy, or your third eye energy. Try asking yourself the questions below to assess whether your brow chakra energy is out of balance. If you answer yes to any of the questions, you may benefit from working with the Ajna cards. Do I find it hard to see the bigger picture? Have I become over-rational? Do I set my standards too high? Or could I achieve more with concerted energy? So try asking yourself those questions for the week and see if it's the feeling of just trying to look a bit at a bit more like zoomed out perspective. Sometimes when we work too hard, or we have so many things going on in our lives, it's hard to really see it like in a bigger perspective type of thing. It's easier to be just like zoomed in on each detail. But if you try to just see, oh, how is my overall going, right? Instead of getting a bit too nitpicky with the day-to-day, I think that's a bigger objective for the week, is to just try to see how the bigger picture is looking, instead of trying to, if you miss like if you're late for an hour for your workout, right? It's not gonna it's not gonna create this like unstoppable like domino effect or something like that. Of course it's not. So you don't have to beat yourself up over it. Or if you promised that you were gonna meditate every single day for the week and you missed one day, your life's not gonna like go into shambles, or everything you've worked hard on so far is gonna collapse. It's not like that. You miss one day, you can try again tomorrow. And it's important for us to really look at it in a more zoomed out perspective, so that some those things do happen, and we are human. Like, I was supposed to record this like yesterday, or I was thinking about recording this like 2 days ago, but life happened, and now I'm doing it today. So the things like that, one small thing is not gonna send you into this spiral downwards into wherever you think you're gonna go if you spiral downwards. So it's important for us to just look at, just give yourselves a break. Give yourself a break this week from looking at the details a bit too much, right? Even they say like the devil is in the details. That's like a good thing and a bad thing. So if you look at it if you try to look at all the dots instead of looking at the picture that it's forming, then you're just stressing yourself out, really. And this is your overall card for the week. It's the Jack of Diamonds, or the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, this feels like it's relating to something that you're building, really. Something practical that you're building. Maybe it's like a practice, or it's a business, or maybe it's something like that. So it looks like you've been doing it for the past maybe couple of weeks now, or the past couple of months, and maybe you're just really stressed out of just looking at every single detail. And I don't want you to feel stressed out, and I don't want myself to feel stressed out, because I've been stressed out for a lot. And if we just keep on looking at the details now, oh, I was supposed to wake up at this time, and I was supposed to get my workout done by this time, and then this time, and then this time. It's a very counterproductive way, in my opinion, of using your time and your energy to just kind of nitpick yourself. I used to do that, and I learned not to do that anymore. I just try to stop myself whenever I start feeling like that, because again, you just get upset with yourself. And for me, when I get upset with myself, I just end up sleeping, and then I lose so much more time, and I just wasted my energy over nothing, essentially. So yeah, if this is something related to what you're building right now or anything like that, then yeah, it would benefit you if you took a look at your bigger picture. How are your goals doing in the overall side of it, instead of like kind of, again, nitpicking. So we want to stop the nitpicking this week and just kind of chill out, ease out, zoom out for a little bit. So yeah, like I said, I got 7 cards, 1 card for each day of the week, and I'm just trying this out. I don't know how this is gonna work, but let's see how this goes. So I have them flipped down, so I'm just looking at them for the first time as well here. For Monday, ooh, it's the Tower with the 6 of Wands. There we go. Because I see clubs, and then clubs is wands. So I'm really slow with that. If you're relating to this, then I'm really happy to say that maybe your new moon manifestations are starting to work as early as Monday. Why I say that is because the Tower is all about, learning what the things are, learning the things in our life that don't work anymore, right? And like, even if the only thing that you've done so far is learn this, it's already a victory on its own. So Monday it feels like it feels like a day where you'll be able to realize or recognize some things that maybe is no longer working, maybe even related to the nitpicking situation. Maybe you're realizing that, oh, you're spending so much time and energy nitpicking on whatever it is you're building, or nitpicking on yourself, or nitpicking on how you dot your I's and cross your T's, or something like that. And I say it's a victory all on its own, because now oh, this thing doesn't work, and now you're kind of, so how do I change that? And getting your mind to kind of start shifting the narrative and start shifting the perspective, that's already like a huge shift in your energy as well. So learning that these things no longer work, whatever thing that is in your life, and whatever aspect your life it's about, it's already a huge victory on its own. So yay, that's really fun. And it's it's about you also actively breaking that down, right? So now what doesn't work, whether like it's like a small thing or it's like a huge thing. Now you know that it doesn't work. You're gonna start to want to actively change it, or rewrite the script, rewrite your narrative. So that in itself is a huge victory. And it looks like this Monday is all about that. It's all about just realizing a lot of things, or realizing something that you kind of want to change, and how you navigate your everyday. And again, that in itself is already a win. Tuesday, what card is, ooh, see, it's the Magician with the King of Wands. Sorry. And this is you taking full ownership and full ownership of your power. I was gonna say full power of your power. That doesn't make sense. But taking full ownership and taking full reins of your own power, and realizing just how much just how big of an importance your contribution is, there we go, to the things that you're doing. Because we always say that there's a lot of things that we can't control in life, but then upon realizing this certain thing that no longer works, you realize that, oh, I have more power than I knew, or than I thought that I did. And so on Tuesday, it feels like there's a surge of confidence, a surge of energy, and a surge of just like motivation to really start acting or start planning on doing these things, because now you know that you actually have power, or you actually have a sort of command over your situation, that you're not just, a passive, you're not just a passive spectator of your life. You're not just an audience member. You're actually the lead star of your own life. So upon realizing that in this particular aspect, whatever this aspect is about, maybe it's about the nitpicking, maybe it's about how much effort you can make on your certain thing, or maybe it's how much effort you can do in whatever, or how much energy you put into manifestations and journaling and stuff like that, you realize that you have more power than you think you do. And that's an amazing realization to make. So on Tuesday, you might be realizing that, or you also might just feel a really like huge surge of energy that will want you to do like 200% in whatever it is that you're working on, which is also amazing. I forgot what planet rules Tuesday, but it feels like a very good like day to be productive and to work on your goals. On Wednesday, we have the Ace of Pentacles with the World card. So if you've been waiting on a certain like offer, or a certain opportunity, or a certain thing to appear or to start, Wednesday is the day that it might appear. If I remember, Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. So communication. There may be communication relating to something that you've been working on, or something that maybe you applied for a job. Maybe you'll receive communication on it on Wednesday. If you're thinking about releasing a new thing that you did, or you start a new business or whatever, Wednesday might be a good day to start it. But it also just feels like it feels like a day when it finally like clicks in your head that, oh, this is a thing, right? Sometimes when we start new habits and things like that, sometimes it doesn't really set in that we're starting it, or that it's a thing, that it's, oh, the seed's planted, until maybe a few days or a few weeks into it already. Excuse me. So maybe Wednesday is a day that you realize, oh, right, this is a thing, that it's finally happening, and my life is advancing in this way now because of this. And it's just something, it's like that energy of starting something, whether you actually start something on Wednesday, or that energy of that excitement that, ooh, it's starting. It's starting to grow. It's starting to, wow, I actually planted this, and I'm starting to see it. It's that's the feeling on Wednesday, which is like super exciting and super like, it feels also like super motivating in a way that you're finally kind of starting to see it happen, even just a tiny bit. You're starting to see it. Ooh, wow. Kind of like that. It's really like exciting energy. It's really exciting. Yeah. Thursday is a special day for me. It's my birthday this week. So on Thursday, and what appears? The Four of Swords with the Death card. I'm just really feeling here like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday feel like super like high energy days. On Thursday, you would want to kind of just chill out for a little bit, right? That's what I'm feeling here. It is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is just like rest and like reflection. You might want to take the time, especially if you've been, super high in your energy and your output for the first 3 days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, you might want to scale it back down a little bit and kind of relax and reflect. See how, how you've spent your energy for the past 3 days, the results of that, things like that. Just try to rest and relax. And also it also just feels like really reflecting on the results of your realizations on Monday. So now that you've realized something on Monday, so the story is like this, right? You've realized something on Monday, you have a huge surge of energy on Tuesday, and you start, working on it, working on your goals based on your realizations from Monday. On Wednesday, you kind of start to see it. You kind of start to see the results happening, or you kind of start to see it take shape, or you kind of start to see where you want to take this. And then on Thursday, you kind of want to step back and reflect a little bit. Again, look at the bigger picture. How have the things that you've been doing from Monday to Wednesday affected the overall? And it feels like a really good day for that. It's like you act and then you reflect. And then, I don't know what the last 3 cards are, but maybe they're an action card as well. I don't know, but you've done so much work in the first 3 days that on Thursday you just want to rest and relax and just have a cup of tea. I don't know why, but like have a cup of tea if you're into tea. I know I'll be resting on Thursday. It's a special day. But yeah, it feels like, it just feels like that. Just rest and relax. And just take your mind off of the tiny details and all the nitpicking and things like that. And from rest is where we also like realize a lot of things, and we process the things that we've been doing for the past couple of days or the past couple of weeks, and then it starts to connect in our minds while we're resting. So contrary to popular belief, and I think that belief is already changing, that rest is unproductive. Rest is super productive, not just because it recharges your energy and it fills your cup and other things. It also helps you take a step back again and see how the dots have been connecting so far with all the work that you've been doing. So take a rest on Thursday, especially if you work a lot Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Friday is the King of Cups. Really tapping into like emotional energy from resting on Thursday. Again, there's a lot of pieces that feel like they would be connecting on Thursday, and so on Friday it's also just like getting in that aspect of, is this how you've envisioned it to go? Is this how you want it to go? Are the results like what you envisioned, or is it a plant that you're planting? It's kind of growing a little bit. Can you identify it, and can you see that, oh, this is the plant that you wanted to grow, or is it not? Just getting your feelings also in check with regards to what it is that you're building. Say that, yeah, maybe you're just working on a new project and it's gone a certain way. It always goes a certain way, even just with a couple of days of working on it. Kind of see, is this the way that I want it to go, or do I want to try a little bit of doing something else, or just continue doing it and like see where it goes from there. And just really checking in with how you feel about all of the things that you've been doing. Isn't it a good idea? And it also feels like just a lot of emotions coming up. because you have been working a lot. This, yeah, with, I mean, with the Tower and Death cards here, it feels like a very huge and transformative week. The Gemini energy is acting very fast. So it just feels a lot of that since there's a lot of energy that's like coming in, and there's a lot of shifts that's happening, just kind of want to check in with yourself and make sure that you're okay, and that things are like, you're absorbing the things that are happening well, and you're just kind of, you're understanding what's happening and what it means for you. Just getting, in touch with your emotional energy is very important for Friday, because it is a big week. I don't know if it's because I'm just really feel like really light about it, but it's a big week, and there's a lot of shifts with the Tower and the Death card, and the World card, of course, is here, and the Magician. So far, for Monday to Thursday, we've all got the majors, all of the majors. So yeah, it's a big week. It's a big week. Especially if you've been doing a lot of work for the past couple of weeks, and for the past maybe couple of months. This is going to be a big week. So you just want to make sure that you check in with yourself and see that you're okay. I said rest here on Thursday. Make sure your Friday is a bit more flexible as well, for a lot of that reflection time. Saturday, Three of Swords. We're healing on that. See? I feel like I'm kind of downplaying the things like with the Tower. You're just realizing something that doesn't work, that you just want to rest, Whatever those realizations are, it can be a really small thing, and it can also be like really big. I know that, like, I'm just gonna give you an example of like what happened to me Friday, the night of the new moon. Spirit was like, oh, the new moon's gonna come, you need to learn this thing. Like, whoa, like completely like shocks me in a way of something that, they just sent me a whole thing of like, you need to learn this now. And so I'm like, oh my god, okay, what's happening? And I wasn't able to function well for like 2 days, because I had to take a pause and really reflect on the messages that I was getting. And maybe that's gonna happen this week as well. It may be a small thing, like, oh, I'm allergic to butter. I don't know who's allergic to butter. Or maybe, oh, I'm allergic to bread. Maybe it's something as small as that, or maybe it's something really huge. Like, again, it's kind of like something that you've been doing for a long time, or a belief that you've long held. And so Saturday, it's like healing time. It's just Saturday is the weekend, right? So take your weekend off so that you can take some much needed R&R. Whatever this week has for you, it feels like it's gonna be a big like shift. And with big shifts come, those excited, euphoric, motivated emotions. But at the back of it, there's also that feeling of, oh, right, this has to change. And maybe you don't want it to change. But Spirit is saying that this has to change. And they're gonna show you exactly how you can pinpoint what needs to change, and then subsequently how you can change it this week. So by the end of the week, you're just like, what the hell happened? And you're gonna need time to again reflect on how you are, and also just reflect on what the hell happened, and being able to kind of reconcile the fact that, oh yeah, that thing that I thought that, I thought that bread was good for me, but now I know that I'm allergic to gluten. So like, so what can I eat now if not bread? That's just an example, by the way. But yeah, it's something like that. Like, oh, I'm allergic to gluten, so I have to not eat. And then this week, it's just like, oh, you find out a lot of things that you can eat. And then by the end of the week, you're just like, oh yeah, gluten doesn't work for me anymore. So I'm gonna have to let it go. So I'm gonna have to say goodbye to these foods that I've always liked. And I'm gonna have to switch things up. And it's just reconciling with those facts that you can't have gluten anymore. Again, that's just an example. It doesn't have to be gluten. Yeah, but like just healing this weekend, this Saturday, just healing and piecing things up together and piecing yourself together. And Sunday, woo! 6 of Swords! Movement! A movement. It's like, it's like Spirit saying, yes, finally, you get it. You can't have gluten anymore. And now you like saying goodbye to it. And now you're moving on to a better place for you. Physically. Like a much physically healthier place for you. Your gut's gonna get better. You're not gonna have, your bowels are not gonna be all over the place anymore. I'm sorry. Things like that. It's like, finally you realize it. Finally you realize that this thing no longer works for you. Finally, we're gonna break this tower down. And that's huge freaking victory. And now you realize the power that you have. And this is the beginning of a new chapter for you. You're gonna finally lay this thing to rest. This version of you that no longer works. This version of you that, not really version of you that no longer works, but more of this version of you that is past. It's a past thing. This is whoever you are right now. After this, you're gonna be a completely different person, and that's totally okay. These are like my favorite cards in tarot, which is so weird to say. Anyway, but yeah, it's just realizing things. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna need to heal a lot from it, but you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be emotionally strong. After this whole thing blows over, and then you're gonna move on. By the end of the week, which is the end of the month, you are going to be much stronger, much more self-aware, and much more motivated to be the newer version of you, essentially. And that's so exciting. Which is why this week it's all about the big moves. Third eye energy, seeing the bigger picture. This is all about the big moves this week. And yeah, I'm certainly excited to know how this is going to pan out for me, but I'm also super excited to find out how this pans out for you. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to share, or you can contact me on like my social media. It's also in the description. You can tell me all about how your week goes. Spirit did not have to do this on my birthday week, but they did. So anyway, yeah, I'm so excited for this week. Really honest. The transformative weeks are usually the best ones, and this one feels like a huge transformative week because we have all of this. And that's exciting. This is exciting. If you're not excited, as I say, it feels exciting. It feels, if anything, whatever happens this week, your future self will thank you for it. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. A wonderful and intentful week ahead. I hope you have a lovely final week of May. It's gonna be a new month by the next week, so I hope that you get your reflections in, you get your journaling in this week, plan your month ahead, however you decide to plan it. If you don't do that, then maybe this is a good time to start doing it. I'm gonna post monthly like predictions and messages in the next couple of days, so maybe you'll want to use that for your planning for the month. I don't know what messages will come up there. I haven't done the reading yet, but anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what this is about if you want to let me know what this is about, and I hope to see you in the next video. Yay, bye bye.